Alright everyone, welcome back. Recap what happened last time is I have no idea what happened last time. We solved a murder and then I ordered food. Sounds fun. Anyway, let's continue from where we left off. So, more free time. What should I do? So I can meet with Remy. I forgot who Remy was. Anna, who's the weird scientist lady. Lorem. I really don't want to be interviewed. Bryce, which is the detective, which I feel like he'll probably do him third or fourth, because like he literally just left. I guess it is the next day though, and get some well-deserved rest. I could do that, but should I meet with anyone first? I don't remember who Remy is. Who's Remy? Remy is the white dragon. That's right, the first one. We should probably meet with him. He told me to meet him in the lobby, but nobody's here. Maybe I should look for him. He can't be too far, after all. It was quite a spacious building, lined with many bookcases on multiple floors. From the looks of it, it seemed to be as much of an archive as it was a library. With immaculate order permeating the chamber, it was the kind of place I could see myself getting lost in for an afternoon or two, or 5, thumbing through all the interesting books it could offer me. No, I would stay there. I would just, like, live there forever. I was looking around in wonder when suddenly a voice penetrated the silence. Remy! I couldn't see who the voice belonged to, but it came from a more private area in the back. It was followed by footsteps that approached it. Oh, you're still here? What voice did I do for Remy? You're still here? No.
Of course I'm still here. I have business to attend to.
I need to go look up an old recording to find out what I did for Remy's voice. 1 second. Alright, I figured it out.
Of course I'm still here. I have business to attend to.
Certainly. I just assumed you'd be done by now, Amira.
Guess your assumption was wrong, then. Be a good boy and bring me some coffee, will you?
Of course, Amira. I heard more movement, though I could still not see either of the two who spoke behind the bookcases. I assumed the area was off limits to a visitor like myself and decided to wait. Here you go.
Now let me read your piece, you silly boy.
Of course. I heard him walk towards my direction until he emerged from behind a bookcase and spotted me. Oh, hello, Be Awesome. I didn't expect you so soon. Not anything better to do, better safe than sorry. Yeah, I probably shouldn't have come in. Not anything better to do. Yeah. Well, I'm glad to see you again at any rate. Who was that back there? I guess you heard that, didn't you? It was my supervisor. She's the Minister of Culture and Arts, which means I'm technically in her employment, though generally speaking I work for the council at large, not just her. So this is where you work, huh? Most of the time, yes. That makes you a librarian, I suppose. There's a little more to it. I'm not just in charge of the books, I'm a scholar and study them too. For example, if the council requests knowledge on certain topics, like the facts, statistics, or other information of interest, it is my part of the job to research it and present it to them in an appropriate manner. So basically you're an expert on everything? That sounds like the kind of thing I'd like to do. Just thinking about that kind of work day after day gives me a headache. I'm torn between the first two. It does sound fun, like just reading all day, but at the same time, research, like it wouldn't necessarily be a topic of my choosing. Like, yeah, sure, I have, like, oh yeah, I'd love to read more about how electricity works, but maybe they want to know something more about chemistry. So I think I'm just going to go with an expert on everything, because I hate chemistry. No, just an expert at finding information. Oh, you just find, well, I mean, I'm pretty good at that too. Whatever. Anyways, was there a particular reason why you wanted to meet me? Definitely not this first one. I was interested in what you said the other day. You have myths about humans, or I was bored and coming here seemed to be the most interesting option. So this last one is true, but I'm not going to tell him that. I'm going to say that I was interested in the myths about humans. Oh, right. I still have work to do, but I could show you something afterwards. Either way, now that you're here, could you help me with something? I've got some books that need to be sorted over there. I respectfully decline your request for help. Sure, not like I have anything better to do, and alright, how do I fit them in? Alphabetically? Yeah, I'm gonna go with the alphabetically one. Oh no, the arrangement you see in this library is based on a sophisticated system that sorts everything in a very intuitive manner based on the number of criteria: genre, author, complexity, and age. As you can probably tell, we have a lot of specimens, so just sorting them by alphabet would be far from sufficient. Suff and efficient. Why do you say it like that? Sounds very intuitive, complicated, boring, intuitive. It is. Basically, these 8 books you see over there were all part of a section that was moved, so they had to be sorted into the new area. The problem is that their tables are so old that they started to fade away, which makes sorting them a little harder. They will get new labels soon, but until then, we'll just have to make do with what we have here. All of them are by Hezek Akil, a writer on the subject of history, and a very prolific one, I might add. You will find the shelf they belong to over there. Now it's just a matter of placing them in the right order, from oldest to newest. I have written down everything still legible from the old labels here. For someone like you, putting them in order shouldn't be a problem. In any case, I'll be working on something else in the meantime, so let me know once you're done. Hence, the Third War is directly preceded by the Spark. The First War is directly preceded by the Inception. Invention is not the 3rd, 7th, or last book. The Second War is the 4th book. Hold on, I should probably be taking pictures of this. Give me a second. There is only one book before the First War. The Enlightenment comes at some point after the Third War. So, the first book. So, we know that the 4th book is Second War. So, it can't be this one. Third War is directly preceded, meaning it can't be the Third War either. Invention is not the 3rd, 7th, or last. It could possibly be the Invention. The Second War is the 4th. There's only one book before the First War. But I see no mention of the tribe. I probably need to write... Hold on. I need to, write down. I need paper. Where paper? I don't have paper. Where's Notes app? Here's Notes app. Okay. New note. So, I don't know the first book. There's only one book before the First War, meaning the First War is second. First War is preceded by the Inception, meaning Inception is in fact first. But let me just go ahead and solve this thing I have here. The Enlightenment comes some point after the Third War. Enlightenment comes after Third. Okay, what about the Second War? We already have that. Yes, what comes before the Second War? Nothing. So we don't know what comes third yet. Third War is directly preceded by the... I hit record, didn't I? I do this every time. I did. Cool. Well, obviously, the third has to come after the second at some point. Because first, second, third, if the author wrote them in order. That leaves too many spaces. Okay, Invention is not the 3rd, 7th, or last. 1, 2, 3. It can't be 3rd, 7th, or last. Okay, so it's not 3rd. Meaning that I have the tribe can go in 3. Alright, process of elimination. I'm going to put tribe. The Invention can't. The Enlightenment, what does that do? Enlightenment comes after the 3rd? Okay, so it can't be Enlightenment. Third War, no, because it comes before 2nd. The Inception, I think we have something about the Inception. Inception's already been used as the first, right. The Spark is not directly... Third War is directly preceded by the Spark, so it can't be the Spark. First War's been... Okay, so that means the third one has to be Tribe. Second, then we have Second War. Then if we put Spark here and then Third War, so then that means Spark is at 5? Yes. Enlightenment comes some point after 3rd, meaning it could be 7 or 8. But Invention doesn't... Where's Invention? Unless we go Invention, Spark, 3rd. Invention, Spark, 3rd, Enlighten. Alright, so let me check. Third War is directly preceded by the Spark. Correct. First War is preceded by Inception. Correct. Invention is not 3rd, 7th, or last. Invention is 5, so no. Second War is 4th. Correct. There's only one book before the first. Inception. Good. Enlightenment comes after the Third War. Correct. Okay, I think I've got it. So the first one is going to be Inception. The second book is the First War. The third book is the Tribe. The fourth book is the Second War. The fifth book is Invention. The sixth book is Spark. Seventh is Third War. And finally, the Enlightenment. I think that's it. Oh, you're done? Let's take a look then. Seems you got it all right. Well done, be awesome. Okay, I was worried that I was going to be like Tribe and Spark were going to be switched, something like that. You bought Rumi's books in the correct order. I got an achievement for it. Let's go. I didn't know how... Alright, I didn't know I could have this much fun in a library, but like I kind of did because libraries are awesome. I'm just going to say it wasn't terribly hard. I did enjoy it though. That was a good puzzle. In any case, there's a box here that belongs in storage. You can put that away. I'll finish the last bit of sorting, and then we'll be done for the day. Sure thing. Great. I'll see you in a bit, then. Phew, that's heavier than I thought. I lifted the box and carried it toward its shelf, but just as I was about to reach it, I tripped suddenly, sending me to the ground as the contents of the box spilled across the floor. Ow. I scrambled to gather the various items as the voice of the dragon called out to me. Is everything alright? Before I could answer, Remy came around the corner, his face bearing the look of disapproval. He stopped over and helped me pick up the spilled object. I didn't even have, like, a choice. It just made me trip. No. Yeah, I'm fine. I was mainly asking about the priceless artifacts you just dropped. Oh. Okay, well, in my defense, who puts, like, a guy who doesn't technically work here and has him carry, like, priceless artifacts? Like, how does that work for insurance reasons? Sorry, guess my own safety isn't worth as much. Shouldn't have asked me for help if you're going to be so worried about the condition of these things. It makes fun of I mean, okay, this is literally the reaction I had. You shouldn't have asked me for help if you're so worried about the condition. I am sorry. That's probably what I'd say in real life, but I'm going to go with this one. You shouldn't have asked me for help if you're so worried about the condition. I suppose you have a point. What is all this stuff anyway? In preparation for your arrival, I wanted to study what knowledge we had on humans. And what did you learn? Not much. The human is a creature shrouded in mystery and legend, yet one we apparently share some history with. Oh, sure, dragon. Tell me I'm the mythological creature. As the story goes, we dragons were once a primitive and savage civilization, living in caves and whatnot. We fought other creatures and amongst each other for resources and territory. One day, however, a human arrived who performed many miracles and gave us the gifts of electricity and reason. We refer to this event as our awakening. What happened to them? Who were they, anyway? They say it was a divine creature, a supernatural being that saved our species by making peace between our clans and uniting us, as our numbers were dwindling from our pointless conflicts. And when the deed was done, they ascended to the heavens from where they came, or turned into a dragon and lived among us, ruling with kindness and wisdom until their eventual passing, depending on who you ask. And what do you make of this story? As unlikely as it sounds, there is evidence for sudden, unprecedented technological advancement on our timeline. We have artifacts from that time that couldn't have been built with the knowledge we had back then. I'm starting to think you already have a theory. Indeed. I take it you are familiar with the way the portals to which you traveled here actually work. Not very, no. It's simple, really. They are spontaneous wormholes that pop into existence now and then, but their highly unstable nature means they instantly collapse in and on themselves. The machinery of the portal merely stabilizes the wormhole so that we may utilize it. We actually are just taking advantage of a naturally occurring phenomenon. That's pretty cool. Long story short, my theory is that this legendary person stumbled upon one of these natural wormholes in the split second it existed, bringing them into our world. Being thrust into an unfamiliar world with no means to return to their own. Talk about being at the wrong place at the wrong time. Well, just the right one, if you ask me. If it wasn't for them, we wouldn't be here today. Oh, what would I would give to know more about them. How do you know so much about the portal anyway? We found it a while ago, so we'd have some time to study it. Not me personally, mind you, but I followed its development with great interest. What else have you discovered about it? Not much, I'm afraid. We didn't want to take the risk of permanent damage, so we won't do anything rash until we completely understand the technology and can replicate it for ourselves. So far, the only thing that has done for us was locating your portal and connecting us to it. From the interface, it appears to have more functions, but we haven't been able to get any of them to work. We're not even sure what it was capable of when we initially turned it on. Only after some time being active did it actually find your portal, and only then we'll be able to make the connection. Making that discovery must have been pretty exciting, especially when you made contact with us and started exchanging letters. Oh, you have no idea. Especially when Reza arrived and he turned out to be a human of all things. Some people still worship them, you know. You've mentioned that before. How does that work? Do you have some kind of organized religion based around it? Not exactly. It's more of an adoration on a personal level. I'd count myself amongst them if it wasn't for the fact I consider myself to have a more reasonable approach to it than others. For example, there are those who believe there is much more to your sudden appearance than there really is. I think they expect some sort of miracle from you, similar to what was described to humans in the past. Well, I can tell you there's nothing supernatural about me. Those people are stupid, and maybe you should worship me. Well, I mean, I wouldn't say stupid, because, like, people that have an inherent need to worship may be misguided, but not stupid. Maybe you should worship me. Definitely not, because I'm going to say this top one, well, I can tell you there's nothing new supernatural about me. That's what I expected. Either way, as a scholar, I'm looking forward to seeing everything your PDAs have to offer. I could show you sometime. I see. Well, don't worry about explaining them to me. I'm sure you have much more important things to do while we are here. It's just a question of time until one of them ends up with me anyway. Actually, the PDAs are one of the reasons I volunteered to come here. What do you mean? I know them pretty well, enough to explain how they work at least. Of course, that's far from the only reason. I saw to be the kind of person who'd meet all the requirements, and it turned out I was. I see. It was nice of you to volunteer when you must have known there would be considerable risks in coming here. You volunteered as well and you came to meet me, didn't you? I wouldn't think this kind of thing would fall under your jurisdiction regularly. That is true, but by this point my interest in these matters shouldn't surprise you. I was more surprised that I arrived under the cover of darkness to meet an ambassador, though I haven't seen much of you since. Initially, they wanted to have an official reception headed by myself, but in the end, they changed their mind due to security concerns, as I told you back then. I suppose that's also why I'm being escorted to the police all the time. Yeah, that was supposed to be my job too, until someone from the police department objected and advocated for more security. Better safe than sorry, I suppose. Let me guess, that someone was Maverick. How'd you know that? Just a hunch. At least I still got to meet you. Were you nervous when you did? Only the brave or the foolish wouldn't be. I consider myself neither. I had to admit I was too. I was speechless when I saw you, and that wasn't just a side effect of the teleportation. I think you're pretty brave, pretty foolish. I'm gonna go with the top one, the long one. To be fair, I would have been as well if we hadn't already known about humans in Reza. There was a moment of silence between us, and our eyes met briefly, when suddenly a loud call echoed through the building.
Remy!
I better go and see what that's about. Maybe it'd be better if you didn't stay out in the open. At the end of the hallway, you can find my office towards the right. Wait for me there. Alright. So this is your office, Remy. Wait, rummage through his trash, look at his notebook, drink his coffee, look in the mirror, and look at his computer. I'm not a stalker, alright? I'll look in the mirror just to do something before that triggers the next thing, but I'm not gonna start rummaging through his stuff. It's just a mirror, nothing special about it. Cool, now I'll just wait when the amount of content I got from that one click. Let's wait for a bit, yeah. Nothing happened. Really? Okay, I'll look at his computer. I wonder if their computers are similar to ours. Let's see. At the press of a button, the screen came to life, accompanied by the whir of a machine. After a few seconds, colorful images appeared on the screen. A few seconds. Okay, yeah, no, we definitely have better computers than that. Aya, have you come here to beg for mercy? No, Aya, we've come to stop you. Your region of terror in the land of Maroma is over. You're outnumbered. Just give up and we can end this without bloodshed. The area's teeming with my soldiers, outnumbering you thousands to one. But I don't even need them. Who knows, if you survive long enough, you might just see why I am called Aya the Ascended. Oh, you pompous flame. Calm down, Aya. Focus. I'm sorry it has to come to this, Aya, but this ends now. Ronan, get them! Grr. It's a human. Battle start. Adith uses whirlwind. Where are the number? Oh, there it is. He takes 326 damage. Man, this guy's a high level. Bonar uses earthquake. Ronan takes 465 damage. Grrr. Ronan invokes cosmic horror. Bonar takes 1,098 damage. Oh, that's a lot of damage. Rizgar takes 1,205 damage. Wait, is that mine? Crowd strike. Oh, okay. Hold on. For a second, I thought I should have known it was that. And I looked at the blue screen. I was like, oh, that's part of the game. Wait, it's not going away. Is that part of the game? We do have a crowd strike outage. I don't have crowd strike, but at the same time, the paranoia. That was a good trick. Kudos to you, developer. What the? Yeah. Hey, what are you doing? Okay, in my defense, I only thought to like glance at the computer. I didn't mean to actually like start it or anything. I'm just not gonna say anything. Oh no, let me take a look. Why'd you even touch the computer? I just wanted to see what was on it. I got bored. Well, whatever you did, at least it seems to be okay. Oh no, my game. Same. What's wrong? When you touched the computer, you saw a game running, right? Yeah, I played a little, and by that I mean I read the thing that happened. I didn't actually hit any buttons. I had it saved specifically at that moment to play later, and now it's all gone. Oh no. Oh, I hate when that happens. What do you mean it's all gone? So much preparation, so many hours spent grinding just to get there. Can't do all of that again. You wouldn't understand. You would be surprised. Actually, I do, yeah. You do? Yeah, we used to have similar games where I come from. I see. Well, at least my office is still standing. Speaking of which, what was with the bed? It looks like you live here. Yeah, I didn't even notice that. When I have to work late, it's just easier to stay here. Besides, I have the knowledge of the whole library at my fingertips and can use the resources and equipment as I please, like this computer. Don't you have one at home? No, we generally don't have this kind of technology in every household, though it's not exactly rare either. We just use it where we need it. Back home, we used to have computers everywhere. Most of us even carried one on our wrists whenever we went. Yeah, actually, I kind of forget that I do have a computer. Do you ever just think about how cool it is? Like, growing up as a kid, I was like, all these sci-fi shows, like, oh yeah, we got computers on our wrists and in our pockets. I'm like, yeah, and now we have like phones and watches, like smart watches, and it just, I don't know, just every now and then I just get that random dawning of like how far humanity has come and how far it's been since even I've been alive, and just like, yeah, we're pretty cool. Is that so? Ding. Oh, that means the library will be closing pretty soon. If you want to do an asking thing in particular, now is the time. I'd like to know more about your human myths. Are you available? No, I can't really think of anything. No. I'd like to know more about the myths. There's a lot we could get into, but I'm afraid we don't have enough time for now. Maybe another day. Then why'd you ask if I could ask a question? Anyways, thank you for your help. If there's any way I can repay you, just let me know. Repay me. Let me get this straight. I broke a priceless artifact, I blue screened your computer and lost all the data, and you want to repay me? What kind of world is this? You invite me in dinner? I can't really think of anything. No. Alright, I like this character. He's cool. But not like that. I can't really think of anything. Well, what do humans typically do in such a situation? Invite them for a meal, probably. I said I couldn't think of anything! Then that's what I'll do. Sounds good to me. Alright then. Have a nice evening. You too. That's not what I meant. We parted amicably, or so I thought. Would I see him again? I wasn't sure, but I kept his number just in case. Oh? Hope? Oh, we are moving on to chapter 2. Okay. I thought we were going to have to get, like, much needed rest or whatever to actually move on. But nice. Another day, another morning. I woke from dreams filled with fire and smoke. The sun shining through the window gave me a comforting feeling of familiarity, despite the portal in the distance reminding me of my purpose here. You know, it's kind of funny that, like, we only see the living room. And I get, like, how that is from, like, a, developer standpoint, because he didn't want to have to like make, a scene for like a bedroom that will only get used for like the first dialogue box every like time the day changes. But at the same time, it kind of implies that we've been sleeping on the couch this whole time, and I kind of find that hilarious because that's something I would do. I looked toward the horizon, my view undisturbed by dividing walls. The light of the morning sun was painting the sky with golden hues, a view that had become a rarity back home. It evoked a feeling of freedom and openness that was almost scary to me. While I got ready for the day, my thoughts were strayed to the people I knew back home. I couldn't help but wonder how they were doing. But I had greater things to worry about at the moment, like Reza, murders, and generators. Mainly those generators, man. Gotta figure out how to date the generator. There's gotta be a mod for that. How much danger was I in, really? Hey, be awesome. Hold on, I can't remember his voice either. Hold on, I got it. Old recordings again. Hey, be awesome. Hey, Chief. More bad news? Not quite. This count Rez is still missing his bad news, but that's kind of why I'm here. Well, what is it? Just some good old-fashioned police work, and we're counting on your help. Again. Not really in a mood to look at corpses today. I don't know, man. Sure, sign me up. I like having yeah, sign me up. I kind of like the investigation thing. Great. We've obtained a list of places Rez visited in the days before we vanished. We'll check those out, maybe find a lead, and you can help us understand his motivations, or give us some context to his actions. I can certainly try. I'm sure you'll do a great job. That is reassuring. Are you ready to go? Sure, let's go. There's a couple of places we can check out. Let's see where we should go first. While Bryce focused on his list, I saw someone approach out of the corner of my eye. A closer look revealed that it was Sebastian, waving his arm in an attempt to get our attention as he ran toward us, his face grave. Now, Sebastian, I do remember his voice. I don't know why. I remember his in particular. Maybe just because he spoke a lot last 2 episodes. There you are, Chief. I was looking for you. What are you doing here? Don't tell me there's another dead person. Dragon? Dead dragon. What? Okay, why is it that the dragons are referring to each other as is person like a human thing, or does it just mean like the highest top of the ladder sentient race? In which case it does make sense, but whenever I'm writing my book with the dragons, they always refer to each other as other dragons instead of person or people. I don't know. I mean, that's just an artistic choice. Nothing wrong with how they did it. I'm just curious because the writer in me wants to know. Sorry, Chief. There is. Oh, right. I completely broke up the flow there. My bad. Man, guess it's gonna be one of those days. Yeah, looks that way. Someone else can take care of that today, though. We've got other plans. You'll need to sign off on a few things at least. I know. We'll go to the crime scene, sign a few forms, then we're out. What is this place? When we arrived at the scene, I saw the poor victim next to one of the houses. The obligatory sheet that was draped over him provided a modicum of discretion, but did nothing to hide the crime that had occurred. Alright, give me the story. It's an interesting one, that's for sure. The wounds match those of the last victim, so a similar, if not identical, murder weapon is likely. The victim? Maintenance person for this area, and electricity is out. The power goes out, the maintenance guy shows up, and is killed before he can fix the problem. At least, that's my theory. So the power for the whole block is still out? That is correct. We should get that fixed as soon as possible. We don't need civilians showing up around here complaining about sitting in the dark. Good point. Bryce's snout wrinkled with distaste as he glanced over at Sebastian's shoulder. What's wrong with his shoulder? Man, not again. What is it? What are you doing here, Maverick? A second victim, huh? This is an official investigation, so you better not cross that police line. Shunned by my own colleagues. This is ridiculous. You know how it is. Rules are rules. And without rules, murders like this one would be allowed to happen and go unpunished. Tch, have fun without me then. What do you think he wanted here, Chief? That one's easy. To do his own investigation, just like he said he would. Shouldn't be surprised he showed up, but I guess we're lucky he arrived before he did. I agree. We better check out that power outage now. Of course. I think the door to the maintenance room is right around here. You got your flashlight, Seb? Always, Chief. You should go first, then. I don't have my stuff here. What stuff? Besides, putting on that head mount is such a hassle. I remember. You complain about it every time it comes up. There, that should do the trick. You just stand behind me, be awesome, alright? Why not have me wait outside? I mean, okay, but why? Okay. Yeah, I hate stairs, especially those made for smaller dragons like you. Trust me, having it the other way around isn't too great either. I dislike all kinds of stairs. I dislike all kinds of stairs, period. That's what I'm talking about. This kind of reminds me of when we found the underground base, or whatever it was. Remember, Chief? How could I not? It wasn't that long ago. Underground base? Yeah, the portal wasn't the only piece of ancient technology we found. There was also this whole lab near it. Seemed to have some high-tech stuff in there. At least that place didn't have as many stairs. Wait, so you not only found the portal, but a whole facility along with it? Wait, we already knew that, though. Yes, but we're not sure how much of the two are actually related. We spent all that time studying the portal and barely got anywhere with it. This stuff is just beyond what we know. Remy seemed to know a lot. Here we are. So, what exactly are we looking for? Whatever's causing the power outage. If we don't find the cause, we should at least be able to get the backup running. I'm starting to think it might have been on purpose. Looks like the generator is gone. Yeah. Mystery solved. The sound of creaking metal penetrated the stillness of the room. Please tell me that was one of you guys. I looked above toward the source of the noise as it grew louder, and in the next instant I was pushed sideways and fell to the ground, just barely avoiding the giant light fixture that fell from the ceiling and shattered to countless pieces alongside me. Be awesome, you alright? The next thing I saw was a hooded figure standing above me, barely visible against the darkness that permeated the room. That is not a dragon. That is very much not a dragon. The figure crouched down next to me, its mask hovering right in front of my face. Merely a whisper reached my ears when it spoke. Be careful, be awesome. Then the figure dashed towards the stairs. Where are you going? That's not me. Don't move. He's going up the stairs. I'm on it. I didn't see that chair coming. I can't see a thing in here. Here, Chief. I hate these stupid stairs. You're blocking the way. Just go around me. There's no room. You're as wide as the stairs are. I can't help it. I'll never catch him now. By the time we found our way back up, the mysterious figure was nowhere to be found. We got a long search ahead of us. With that head start like that, there might be no end to it. We had to take our chances as long as we still can. Except that chance is growing smaller and smaller while we wait for the team to arrive. What even happened down there? Right, be awesome. Tell us everything in as much detail as you can. There wasn't much to it. I heard a noise, I looked up, the light fixture came down, and someone pushed me. You mean Reza? I'm not so sure of that. You didn't see him? Whoever it was wearing a mask.
bloody well can't be someone else, so let's not kid ourselves here.
It's got a point. Why would he wear that whole getup, though? Didn't want to be recognized. Probably didn't want to be recognized.
That's a bad excuse, and there are only 2 humans here.
Yeah, actually, that is weird. This whole thing doesn't make any sense.
Let's take a step back and look at the bigger picture. Your earlier theory about what happened was pretty sound, Sebastian. Let's go with that and add the bit about the generator being stolen. So now the question is, who has a motive for stealing the generator?
Reza? Actually, yeah, it is Reza, because generator. Right, Doy.
Right. Who else would want to need to steal a generator when those who could live here could either buy them or simply request one? Not to mention, Reza was the one who arranged the diplomatic trade for the generators in the first place.
Can't deny the fact that your generators are pretty important to us, but resorting to murder?
We all saw the human figure running away.
Why would he have stayed here? Why would he have stayed here if he stole it? Maybe it was a dragon in disguise. Definitely not. And are we sure we saw him running away? Yeah. But why would he have stayed here if he stole it? Yeah, why would he remain here if he was the only one who stole it? The generator was already gone when we got here, and the person in question wasn't carrying it either. Perhaps this is a case where the criminal has returned to the crime scene.
For this kind of crime, I'd say no. But who knows? Maybe our rules just don't apply anymore.
What do you mean?
No offense, but ever since you 2 humans arrived, there have been a lot of strange things going on. This place used to be a quiet town.
Starting to sound like Maverick. No. Think it was Reza? Most likely. Maybe this whole thing is just a huge misunderstanding. Man, he shot a guy. A dragon. Yeah, so you think it was Reza?
Honestly, things aren't looking great for him right now. Still our top priority to find him, but after what we've seen here today, I'm not sure what will happen when we do. Just don't want to give you any false hope, you know?
I see. Maybe we should just focus on finding him and point fingers later.
Agreed. The police team will be here any minute now. You don't have to get involved with the search, but that doesn't mean you can't help us.
What do you want me to do?
We still have the list of places we're going to check out, remember? We can't go now. The search takes priority. Of course, we'll still check out those places after we're done here. If you go on your own, you can speed up the process. You can even find a lead for us. Who knows?
You must be really understaffed if you need to rely on me. No, I'm just going to say sure thing.
Great. Here's the list. Considering your status, you shouldn't have any trouble in these places. But if anything happens, call me and I'll check up on you later.
Wait a minute. You mean I'm going all by myself? That's what he just said, yes.
All of us are going to be busy with the search. We can't rely to force spared someone right now. You'll be fine.
Aren't you worried I'll do something fishy? I mean, isn't that why Reza and I were assigned police escorts in the first place?
That policy was mostly Maverick's fault, and he's out of the picture. With my authority as chief, I say you can go alone. I already know where you're going, and besides, I trust you for some reason. If you were in the cahoots with Reza, you would have run off with him when you had the chance.
Good point.
I see the team approaching. Guess you should get going.
Alright, I'll see you later then.
Good luck.
It was a relief to leave the crime scene, considering all that had happened. When I reached into my pocket to take a first look at the list, however, I found something unexpected. It was a small piece of paper with the word Tatsu written on it. How did it get there? My earlier encounter with the masked person was the only time today someone was close enough to smuggle something into my pocket. I figured if someone like Bryce tried to do something like that, I definitely would have noticed. As for Tatsu, the only related thing I can think of was Tatsu Park, which I had come across when I went to the police station the other day. Even if that park was the place the mysterious paper referred to, I didn't know if it was actually a good idea to visit. The masked person may have saved me from the falling light fixture, but if it was Reza, it would mean following someone who is also the prime suspect of 2 murders, plus shooting a cop. I also had to consider the list of places Reza had been to. A local grocery store, the production facility we had visited, and the library were the 3 places closest to here. It certainly was going to be a busy day, and I knew I wouldn't have time to visit all of them. What should I do? That is an excellent question for the next video, because I know I can't cut out a lot of these, so usually 30-40 minutes is all I should record for. I'll see you guys in the next one. We'll figure out what all we need to investigate next time. Alright, and thank you for watching. I'll see you next time.